interracial marriages in this country has nearly doubled in the past 12 years. Yet not everyone welcomes this increase. Our first guests today are black women who are incensed when they see a black man with a white woman. Lisa says she is sick and tired of white women who steal black men. Tamika says black women need to be strong and assertive. And also joining us is Cheryl. Cheryl says young Africans should not date interracially if they respected their history. Thank you for being here. Now, why do you feel that white women should not date black men? I want to ask each of you. I'll start with you, Cheryl.
It is not conducive to the African male's race to date a Caucasian woman, given the history we have been through for 400 plus some odd years and what we're presently going through now, the degradation and the abuse from Caucasian people. I do not know why they would want to continue to self-indulge in a narcissistic, sadistic, environment to themselves as to dating a Caucasian woman. They're not going to benefit from it, but getting themselves into a lot of danger.
Okay. Tamika, what do you think?
Well, of the women that I know of my generation, there aren't a whole lot of black men out there that we assume are eligible. So I think white women who date black men are taking our men from us. And in order for us to deal in our community to effect a change, starting from the nuclear family, we've got to have a brother and a sister working on that.
Why do you think that there aren't enough black men to go around?
Well, now we all know the realities. You know, we know about prison, we know about drugs, we know about gang warfare. We also know about homosexuality. Those are realities that we can't dismiss. So of the black men that are still walking the streets that the sisters have a chance to deal with, you know, if a white woman is batting her eye instead of dealing with someone in her own race, then we have a problem. Mm-hmm. What are we supposed to do?
Mm-hmm. Caucasian people have put most of our people in jail and incarcerated them anyway.
Don't you think that's a little bit of a generalization?
No.
In terms of what?
No.
All white people are responsible for black men being in jail?
At least 95% of them.
I'm not saying that white people... No.
Where is that statistic coming from?
Please, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that white people are responsible for incarcerating black men.
Said that. Cheryl said that 95%.
They don't have anything to do with what Cheryl said. I did not say that. However, what I am saying is that there are brothers in jail. And the reality of that is there are a lot of sisters running around here outside who don't have anybody to deal with, who spend their nights sitting home crying, doing that girl talk thing because there is no man in their lives. We need to do something about that so that we can effect a change in our community, and the only way we can do that is if a brother and a sister make the commitment to deal like our grandparents.
They put them away from the beginning of time.
Okay, what do you want to say to that?
Yeah, I respect both of your opinions because it's an opinion, but I personally feel that was the past, this is the present. There's no need for history to repeat itself. We have to let go of the past in order to make the future brighter and better. If we keep on holding on to what happened then, we're not going to move forward. We're just going to keep going back. We need to break the chain, be realistic, and stop being ignorant, period.
Excuse me, Tamika, I want to hear Lisa. Why do you feel that white women should not date black men?
Because there's not enough strong black men out there, you know, and the white women are taking half of our black men. You know, and I feel, how can a black man...
Wait, I need to respond to what the sister said. First of all, you have to understand nobody got here just today. You know, everybody who is here, alive today, arrived here because of a history. And we can never forget our history.
That's right.
Once you forget, then you leave yourself wide open for it to be repeated. Oppression is something that it deals in our relationships, it deals in our survival techniques, it deals in our economics. We have to remember our history in order to go forward.
And we're not going back,
Okay, hearing all that, I'd like to introduce three women who are currently dating black men. They say it's nobody's business who they date. Why don't you come on out, ladies? Okay, thank you for being here. I just want to say, let's have respect for everybody's opinion on the stage. Yes. Let's be ladies and treat each other with respect. I want to introduce Ari. Ari says that love has no barriers. Pamela next to her says her boyfriend makes his own choices about who he wants to be with. And finally, Rachel says that her interracial relationship is a healthy one, and that is all that matters. Thank you for being here. What do you think about what these ladies have said?
First of all, I'd like to clarify that I'm not white, I'm Latina, I come from a Puerto Rican descent.
So now you're black, you're Puerto Rican, I'm black too. But do you have a problem with that?
No, she's not white. She's not
black.
white. She's Puerto Rican. That's black too.
Okay, to begin with.
She's selling out like she's white. She's selling out, first of all.
I don't even know why she's first of all. She says that I'm black, but when people look at me, they see me as a color. They're not looking at me as for my culture. Okay?
Thank you.
So you look white.
So you look white.
To you, I look white.
Yeah, you do
I look white. And to me, color is not an issue. I don't know why it upsets her so much that I am involved with a black man. That's my choice, and maybe if you would take time to find out why is that you're so upset that we are dating black men.
Because what you have that I don't have, why my black brother got to go to you? What's the matter with me? I look good. What's the problem? That you don't have. That's fine. What you got? You ain't got nothing that you don't have.
I just say I do have something because he's not with you. He's with me.
I like to say.
You can sit in the crack and you act like you
Okay, I would say that there's also not as many good black women to go around to the black men, first of all.
Wait, let her finish.
These women here, these women are not only insecure about me, they're insecure about other black women.
Well, we wouldn't even get here if we weren't about black men.
Let her finish. They sit at home worried about he say, her husband come home from work, her boyfriend, he come in the door and she fuss at him.
We're not sitting home, we're on the show.
They worry about just as much about other black women as they do about me. And see, my man, he fell in love with someone he loved, not because I'm white, not because there wasn't anybody go around to be that was black. He fell in love with me because I take care of him. I'm responsible. I'm reliable. Excuse me. And see, I'm gonna tell you something else too. There's more life in Baby Got Back. I'm gonna tell you that.
Wait.
I'm not Jane Fonda, let me tell you.
Pamela, I want to ask you something. Did you go out looking for a black man?
No, I didn't. I went out looking for a good man.
Looking for one.
I went looking for a good man. I went looking for a good man.
No, I must address this. Excuse me, ladies. You had your chance before they were out here to speak.
Thank you.
Let them speak. Yes. Were you looking for a black man?
No, I wasn't looking for a black man. I was looking for a partner, a mutual person that could provide for my needs and I could provide for his in an equal manner.
Happens to be black, right?
And he just happens to be that color, okay? But see, if God, okay, you take animals got their own species, right? You can't make a cow with a horse, but you can take another human being, whether they black or white, and they can mix together and have a healthy, happy child. If God didn't intend for that to be, I wouldn't be sitting here now with a man who makes me happier than anybody in the world.
Lisa, what do you want to say?
Yes, she's talking about having a child with a black man. What race would your child be in, black or white? You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. What race would your child be called, black or white?
My child of God, honey.
I ain't talking about God. I'm talking about what race would he fall in. What race would he fall in?
He fall in the human race.
Where y'all gonna live at, black or white?
He fall in the human race.
How long will he be?
Go put some
Excuse me.
Excuse me, I'm not out to disrespect to black women because I think that I am for the human race. But first of all, I should express that I find that black women are very intimidating and aggressive. This is a perfect example of what I feel for black women. Okay, I'm here to address that. I think if you love someone and you choose to be with that person, that is your choice. I don't think that she should be getting so upset or upset at me or any of us here because you choose to be. You are upset because you're in everybody's face using your fingers and all that stuff, and that's not the way you do it.
Okay, Rachel, you barely got a chance to speak. I wanted to ask you, how do black women treat you when you're out with your black boyfriend?
Out of ignorance, like this woman over here. You know, just screaming and coming from.
I don't disrespect you.
You know, and well.
I did not disrespect you. Don't disrespect me.
And coming out, you know, and just trying to ignore me and trying to pick up on Antoine like I don't even exist. Like well, if they came in real strong, they could sweep him away. But that's not true. You know, he wants a real woman.
How can you call me ignorant then?
So are you saying you're a real woman and these women are not?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm a real woman because I know how to treat a person, and I don't come out at them like with differentiation of our color. I look at him like a man who is strong, and I am a strong woman. I'm well educated, and I treat him the way he needs to be treated.
That's because the people are too busy killing us. That's why we may sound ignorant.
Wait, but who said
Who got to school then? You know, I'm not
that my man will have you anyways?
Excuse me, I'm not talking about having your man. I already have a man. I'm talking about your race killing my people for 400 plus years. That's what I'm talking about. I don't even know how to teach my people their culture and their heritage and their history. So sit down.
Cheryl, no, wait a minute. I want to respond to what you said. Yes, it's true that slavery existed hundreds of years ago.
It still does now.
It's still, where does it exist?
You go outside. You walk down any street. You see the brother holding up a corner.
But isn't that because you're trying to segregate?
But wait a minute. We can't forget what happened. We cannot forget what happened back then. I'm saying, yes, everybody doing their thing, inspirational and all that stuff like that. But I'm saying, you still taking our black man from us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got your white man, take your own white man. Why you going with our black man? We must have got something that y'all like, because y'all taking our man from us.
How can you say that I'm
and we are strong black women?
When if everybody in the world was exactly like, it'd be a mighty doggone boring world. You know, we have something to offer to each other because we have something to learn from each other. I can take his values, he can take mine. We can make them one. So, okay, we're just gonna come in here. Then what do you feel about Martin Luther King when he said he saved the slaves?
They going to bed together.
Yes.
Well, that's just a friend benefit,
Pamela. Excuse me.
I think the biggest problem we're facing here is that you're treating men like they're some kind of possession that you can own, then you can get them. That's what we're saying. That's the exact mentality that went through the white slave owners' minds. Blacks were property. You're just propagating the idea that people are property. That's
No, people are not property.
You've been dying to talk.
Yes. Pamela, I want to know, how can you say that black women are insecure? You must be insecure because you can't find a white man for your own.
Once again, I think there are huge, Pamela, I think there are huge generalizations being spoken here today.
They're not generalizations, they're happening now. They're happening now.
If I was insecure, I'd be afraid to walk down the street with a black man. But see, I'm secure with what I have. Mississippi. I live in South Mississippi, and if there isn't any other more difficult place to live in an interracial relationship is in that state. And I am not ashamed to walk down the street with my man. I am not insecure because I am confident that we are in love and that we can't have what all of you want. And see, when you get that, is to be happy.
I have a black man.
And when you're happy, you'll get off of it too.
I have a black man.
Excuse me, Ricki.
I don't have a white man.
This is becoming a screaming match. First of all, I have several comments, and I'm going to try to get them very quickly. First of all, to this sister right here, you are of color. That's number one.
Yes.
To these two at the end of the rostrum here, let me just say that, yes, anybody, Chinese, Hispanic, black, white, whatever, if we all get in the bed, we're going to have a child. That's not what the issue is. The issue is we have to deal with our families in order for us to do something to our communities. And we cannot do that if we keep going outside of our own community. That's what the issue is. It's not that you don't have a love. Excuse me, let me finish. Thank you very much. It's not that you don't love your man and that he loves you. Hopefully he does. I sincerely hope he does. But my reality as a black mother is I have two daughters who are going to grow up who one day will have to deal in this world. And unless we deal with our communities, unless we get our children together, our brothers off the street, unless we do something constructive, then there's not going to be a world for my daughters to live in. And I am opposed to you taking the brothers that we need to build something up.
But see, you're separating your own community from society. And in order for society to work together as a whole, they've got to work together as a whole.
You got to recognize where you are. You got to recognize where you are. You got to recognize where you are. You are in America.
Excuse me.
America.
Okay, Tamika,
regime other than South Africa.
Excuse me. I was very generous in letting you, speak everything you needed to say, but we need to hear other people as well. There are very few, African Americans in this country that are 100% African American.
Absolutely.
So, I'm trying to understand. You were so passionate about this.
I am passionate about doing something to our communities. I don't have a problem with black men marrying white women. If that's what they want to do, we're going to have to become. We're going to have to become more tolerant of one another. Okay, big one. My concern, however, is us dealing with the reality of our children. You talked about having a little child. You and your Antoine, right?
No, I was Antoine.
Your Antoine. Somebody. Okay. When you have this child, what kinds of things can you teach this mulatto child?
Yes.
What can you teach them about their culture? And then my second question to you is, everybody has arguments. Everybody disagrees. I know my husband and I do. Yeah. When you have an argument, does it ever become racial? Does he become a no-good nigga? And do you become a white hoe?
Yes. Wait a minute. No, I need to take a break. All right, Tamika, we got to take a break. I just want to say, can't we all understand each other's cultures? And I don't understand the difference. I don't understand the difference between a Hispanic being a black man with a black man and a white woman being with a black man. I don't understand that. All right. When we come back, we'll find out why some black men choose interracial relationships. We'll be right back. We've heard black women talking about why they are opposed to interracial dating, and we've heard from the white women who tell us why they think there's nothing wrong with it. Now let's meet the men who date these women and find out why black men date outside their race. Come on out, guys. Everyone. Ira says that if he had a choice, he would be with a black woman, but he fell in love with Ari, a light-skinned Hispanic woman, and he will never leave her. Wilbert says he and Pamela are a living example of what Martin Luther King preached. And Antoine says that despite the myth that when black men get rich, they choose white women, Rachel loves him rich or poor. Welcome, gentlemen. Ira, why did you fall in love with Ari?
Well, Ari and I had a lot of things, that were in common in terms of being athletic, being likes to dance. I mean, she was a woman that just, we just clicked. It wasn't my choice to get involved with somebody outside of my race, because if I could have picked an ideal world, maybe I would have been with a black woman. However, it just wasn't like that. Ari is beautiful. She's everything I wanted in a woman, and, it's the best thing for me. I'm so happy with her.
Antoine, what about you?
Well, when I met Rachel, it was like, we was friends at first, and then we got to know each other, and then it just turned into more than a friendship.
We sold out.
Did you think about the problems that it might cause?
So how can I sell out?
You sold out against your own life. You sold out.
Trip, if I wasn't going with her, I still wouldn't go with you.
Yes, you want to say?
I have a question for, I'm sorry, what's your name now?
Kamika.
Kamika, I have a question for you. I actually have an answer for you. I just wanted to clarify your question. You said that if Rachel and Antoine were to get in a fight and she were to call him, excuse my language, I don't use this ever, I'm sorry, Mom, if you don't see me on TV, that she would call him a nigger and he would call her a white girl. 1, we're Jewish home. 2, that's my sister. And 3, if we said nigger in our house, we'd be smacked against the wall.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. I hope that happens across the board. But normally, it does not.
Antoine, how do black women treat your girlfriend when you're out with her?
They don't. We never go through prejudice. Because where I'm from, it's like accepted.
Where are you from?
I'm from L.A.
Are you?
Yeah.
And it is accepted.
I'm so sorry that
black guys give Victor something, they run off and get a white girl. Why? Why y'all run off and get a white girl?
I got a comment along those lines.
You always do that. Let's ask Wilbur. Wait a minute. I'm not racist. I didn't say that I was racist.
I didn't say racist. I said I'm not rich.
Wait a minute. Let me quote one thing. I did not say that I was racist. I like white people and stuff like that. I'm just saying that I feel you bringing our black people down by selling out to a white girl. You going with a white girl, and there's many sisters out here that they feel that. Wait a minute. Yes, I understand they fell in love. I'm saying that's cool and all that, but I'm saying I'm still against that. You going with a white girl when there's beautiful black women out here that'll treat you the same way as she would treat you. What kind of food can
you wasn't at the club that I was at.
Okay. I'm saying we go to you met at
when I was out partying that night.
Excuse me. I want to get to Wilbur. Wilbur hasn't said anything. How do you feel about black society treating you differently because of your white girlfriend?
Well, most of them, they treat me wrong sometimes. You know, when we go out, the black women look at us and whisper and stuff.
Good.
I don't pay that no attention.
I want to ask you all, would you ever, or have you ever in your past dated a white guy?
No, we're not down with the swirl. No.
And is it different, a white man dating a black woman? Is that different than a black woman dating a white man?
Ways, but it's even worse when an African woman would marry or date a Caucasian man because they raped us for 400 years.
Yes, you know?
Can I jump in here?
Yes. What do you think of your sisters saying these things?
The only comment I have, we don't have white blood. We don't have red blood. We don't have black blood. We're all one. God created us as one. And you're being very ethnocentric. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'd just like to say that I come from an interracial marriage. My parents, my mom's full Japanese, I'm half Japanese, and the rest is from all over the place. But I just want to say that, Kamika, you said that I would have a problem learning my culture. And I never had a problem because it was up to my parents to teach me my culture. You're segregating yourself. You're segregating yourself less from the American culture because you are all American. You're segregating yourself. Don't think of yourself as different from me because of how my parents raised me. I think of you as equal as me.
Slavery is different. You can educate me. When you fill out an application and they ask for your race, what do you put? People always ask that. What do you put?
What do you put? Do you put biracial?
I'm Caucasian.
You put Caucasian. So you choose the master race? What?
Why do we have to label people?
I don't know why. Why does America label people? Why do they determine your race or your sex before you buy a house? Excuse me, baby. Can you just be quiet?
You all started the slavery. You're
sweetheart. Thank you very much. Pamela, it's all right. You have your man.
Yes.
Why is it then that America makes us fill out these applications when we buy a house, when we buy a car, when we try to get jobs? If it were not important to the quote-unquote governing body. I'm not saying it's the correct way to be, but it's the way it is.
Yes.
Now, regardless of the fact that the way that we stop racism is to understand who we are as people.
Yes.
Okay, but the only way we can do that is you've got to start with that little child. That little child that you raise, whether you're going to raise that child as an oppressed individual, if she's an ethnic, from an ethnic group, or raise that child to know that she was a queen. Unless she has a queen raising her, she'll never know.
That's true.
We agree? Okay. What do you want to say?
You just said you don't label people. In the beginning of the show, you label people as our black men. They're not your black men. They are their mother's men. All right?
Respond quickly.
Wait. I want to answer that question
quickly, Lisa.
They're my black men. I have brothers. They're mine. I have a father. That's mine. I have a grandfather. That's mine. It's my black men.
Yes. Wait a minute. All right. I understand when you say that's his mother. Yes, true. Yes, but I'm saying, how can you submit yourself to a white woman? If you can submit yourself to a white woman, then your mama wasn't a strong black woman. If you can submit yourself to a white woman.
There are a lot of reasons why black men find themselves submitting, as she calls it. There are a lot of reasons why black men find themselves submitting, as she says it, to white women.
Oh, sure.
In actuality, what we should look rather than find so much time arguing and being mad and dividing the race who does so, what you should do is look within yourself and find out what attitudes am I giving off? What attitudes? Certainly black women. I'm not saying all black women.
I agree with you.
But there's a certain case I want to bring out with my own example, okay? When I was through college, when I did not really have a job and I was preparing for the future, I dealt with a lot of sisters. I had a lot of black girls who were either my friends or girlfriends. And in different ways, you know, they wanted to see certain materialistic things here and now that I didn't have for them.
Right.
And what happened was they were not patient.
Right.
Not all.
Yes.
But a certain few. And in my situation, by the time I got out of school and I, you know, got into the next level of professionalism, who was by my side through the whole time is this woman right here.
But she's black.
Regardless of the color. Listen though, even if she was white.
She's forming in the way.
Even if she was white.
Excuse me.
But the bottom line is that
she came here
she
as a white
stayed by my side
She said
and
she's
now
black,
we're together.
but she came here as a white woman.
Okay, my next guest. My next guest, Jennifer and James, feel that anyone who says that black and white people should not be together is promoting segregation. Why do you think that?
Well, the first thing I want to address her when they were talking about, do we choose black people, black men to date? No. It's not a matter of choosing. It's a matter of us choosing each other to be with. Of course, there's going to have to be attraction there for the both of us. But if we've been together 10 months, there has to be chemistry there. Something has to be working right. Mm-hmm.
And I understand that you, Jennifer, gave up a lot.
Yeah.
Your family.
My mom told me that if I came on here today, that I couldn't come home. We sympathize. Please. Wait, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let us respect everybody. No, but this is the ignorance that gets them nowhere. Thank you.
Let her finish. Yes.
I don't know what kind of man you got right now, but if you was my girl, you wouldn't be saying nothing like that.
Her father to beat her like in Jungle Fever, the father beat Annabella Zero.
But why are you so angry though?
No.
Why are you trying to
We're in contact for 100 years of slavery.
The reason I came is because I feel so strongly about this.
Yes.
My parents did not only raise me to believe that people are people, but they said that with me doing this and where I live, that people would be coming after them. I have relatives who are in the KKK, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. But the thing is that what they say and what they do has no influence on my decision to stay with him because I love him.
Where will you go?
Okay. Kamika, you go now. Kamika, can I take this comment here?
I believe that the only time that we will truly have racial harmony is if we integrate these cultures and we make babies that aren't black, that aren't white, but are just human. Because this anger and this, I just can't understand why if you love somebody, you cannot be with them because of the color of their skin. My husband is the product of an interracial relationship and doesn't make him any less of a man, doesn't make our baby any less of a person. Okay?
Slavery is showing us that.
Yes, what you've been dying to talk.
I have a problem with the blacks because I understand what you're coming across, but you can't be mad at the white women. You have to be mad at your black brother.
Right,
You have to educate your black brother. I have no problem because where I was taught, I'm a child of God. Love shows no color. Love shows no color.
You're right. I understand your family's a KKK, and I feel bad for you, know what I'm saying? Because you telling me you love him and all like that. That's cool. You don't know. They might see him and kill him because he's black and he's going with you. You don't know that. You don't know. How you want to save him? You want to save him?
Feel bad for me. Because
I'm not mad at you,
they
Miss.
have,
I understand you love him. I'm not mad at you.
I don't feel bad for myself. But that's their own ignorance. But what will you do now? Drive-by shooting. That's ridiculous. But what will you do now?
I'm sorry, everybody.
He's going to get killed.
Hello. Do I still have control here? How do you feel about the situation with her family?
Her mom and dad, hey, I don't care about them, but you know, I just care about her. I mean, because when I first met her, you know, when I first met her mom and dad, it was like, hey, how you doing, guys? You know? But now it's like, you know, they just turned off. They just turned
against. They don't want you, and they family get on you.
I'm used.
She wants you, but her family
it's
not
like, nah, I'm used.
Her family doesn't want you. It sounds to me like you don't want them. No, I don't have nothing.
You know me, I don't see how you can get mad at me anyway.
For her, that her, you know, whatever. But look, she's telling me, she's sitting here and saying her family is KKK. He's black. They's gonna get him.
I just have a question any one of the men can answer. What do your families feel about the ordeal?
My family is absolutely behind it 100%.
Because he's black.
Well, not because she's black. And I want to make a point about that. As much as I am proud about, you know, wanting to say my girl is black, my girl is Hispanic. But her culture and my African culture are very closely intertwined between the music and the foods and we're very much intertwined. But she has her own culture, and I mean, I don't want to say she's black.
Bring yourself to my African studies class every week, please.
Oh, wait. You got to educate me. Educate me. What kind of problems do you have?
I will. Come on over.
She is of color, but she is Hispanic.
Okay, well, tell me there are not many similarities in the cultures of the Spanish and Puerto Rican as well as African
That's because the Italians went to the islands trying to teach them Italian, and it came out Spanish, so they were African in the islands anyway.
Okay, all right. Yes, moving on. What do you want to say?
My African studies,
What goes on is that a lot of history is really his story, which maybe you might have read, which could have been not really accurate.
To teach anyone.
You know what? I'm
could be his story,
just noticing, it seems that a lot of these people on the stage are speaking, but they're not listening. They are not hearing what is going on. They seem very closed-minded. What do you want to say?
We up here talk about how we don't want our black men without white women, but we sit here, black people trying to be. You got fake nails, contacts.
Oh yeah.
Fake hair.
Oh yeah.
If they talk about black men, they gonna say white women. What's all that about? What's all that about? That's why they got so much. We trying to be so much like them. Hold up. Wait a minute.
That ain't nothing about me, fake.
Can I answer that, Ricki? Can I please answer that?
Ricki, this
Can I please answer that?
Thank you.
Let's not ignore the fact that a lot of women.
Okay, can I just answer her question? She said, let me answer your question. Nails don't make you black or white. It's just because you want your nails done, darling. All right, hairs on your head. Black African woman got long hair just as well as the white people. What are you talking about? Are you white? You black? You got lipstick on? That's pork. That's white people.
Okay, Lisa, we get the point. We get the point. Okay, what do you want to say?
I just want to say, I understand what they talk about by being proud of your culture, because me as a Latina, a Puerto Rican, I am very proud of my culture, and whatever man I get involved with has to be proud of their culture also, because I would not get involved with a man that's insecure about themselves, whatever race, color, creed, religion they are, and we are all people of God, and that should be the number one thing.
Y'all misunderstand what we're saying. You keep saying y'all Hispanic. True, y'all Hispanic. That's true. Y'all still black. Y'all just got a shade of white, but you're black.
Okay, yes.
Okay, I know my friends here are probably going to get mad at me, but I personally have nothing against interracial couples. I just want to make a comment to the girl in the blue, because early in the beginning you said there are not enough good black women out there. First of all, it is the black woman who is standing by and supporting the black man in times of trouble. We have kept him here. We have kept him alive. We have kept him surviving. Please don't take that away from us, because we are doing everything in our power to keep our black men strong. I personally have dated out of my race. I have nothing wrong with it. I have nothing against any of you. But please do not take away what we are doing for our black men.
Okay. I am so sorry that we are out of time. I wish I had a 2-hour show for something like this. But I want to thank everyone for coming today and telling their stories and hearing their opinions. And I want to end with a quote that was said by John Singleton, the black director who directed Boys in the Hood. You may remember that movie. This is a quote from him that we ran during the show, and I want to just repeat it. Anger is an emotion that if you carry around over a long period of time, it does not allow you to live. Thank you for watching. See you next time.